Hey.
So you calm down.
Oh, look at this. Perfect timing. The monorail goes by. Good evening, my friend. Welcome to the show. I am Lou Mongello, clearly not broadcasting from the home studio tonight. Why, do you ask? No, I wasn't kicked out yet. Because there's a few reasons. Because we have some special stuff to talk about tonight. I have a special announcement tonight in terms of release dates for Epcot Forever. Hashtag Epcot Forever. And to your left, my right, to one over on this side, over here, in between the chiclets and the juji fruits, I have a special guest sitting right there. Not very special, kind of special. Special-ish. Special in own... Listen, you are special, and I am incredibly grateful that you are here. Thanks to everybody who joined me earlier today from Disney's Hollywood Studios 30th anniversary kickoff celebration. It's so weird watching people walk by and look over and who's the dude talking to him by himself? We're certainly going to talk about the 30th anniversary of Disney's Hollywood Studios. What's old, what's new, what's coming, and a couple of things that were a little unexpected today. We'll get into that a little bit more, as well as some things that we heard yesterday. However, without further ado, because I couldn't do this alone, that's not true. I could do this alone. I've actually done this alone for 10 years, 12 years. However, it's more fun when I'm joined by friends and when they can't show up by Becky Mankin from AI Mouse Fan Travel.
Hi! The band's back together.
Is that
Check
what it
us
is?
out. Yeah.
Is that what this is?
We're in the same place, and now I can defend myself in person.
There's never a reason to defend yourself. And surprisingly, not surprisingly, we're together in Disney World and we're at a bar. Because you, in your rider, which I have never seen a 72-page rider before, it says that you need to be within 50, no children within 50 feet, the alcohol within 10 feet.
Hey,
notice all the kids are gone.
Wait, no, there's a baby in a bar. There's kids.
That's not a baby.
There's kids.
That's not a baby. She's 26.
Baby in a bar. But notice, I'm drinking water.
And what's in that water? What is in it?
Clean water.
Don't shake that.
Vitamin water.
The tip of the top is not.
Look, I have another water. Go figure.
Go figure. Well, anyway, we have a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. Welcome. I have to put my goggles on. Thanks to all of you who are. What is that tapping sound? It's Becky tapping
it's my glasses. I put my glasses.
Put them on your face. Put them on your face. That's where they belong.
Oh, you just don't want to be alone in your whole
not at all.
That's bad because it's all...
Becky, where's your cocktail? It's in her belly. Don't believe anything
I will
she
tell
says.
you, if he does get off the rails, I do have the cocktail menu with me, just in case I need it.
You keep it close by. It's like your Bible. Some people walk around with their King James Bible. You walk around with a bar menu.
I did a really cool breakfast that someday we're going to do, that they had a mimosa that was made, that had Midori, and it had blue curacao, and it had... some other, it was almost like a sunken treasure mimosa.
I remember my smoked turkey phase.
You had a smoked turkey phase?
I did. I had a smoked turkey phase.
What, 17?
No, a few years
20,
ago.
20, no.
One day I'll never tell you that story. Anywho, let's get to the important stuff.
Really?
Okay,
where are we starting?
Really, I'm not going to. Well, let's start at the beginning.
It's a very good place to start.
I was born in a small town to a...
Baby in a bar.
Did you stop? So cute.
It's very cute.
Nice. Disney World. Mouse Travel, everybody. For all your non-baby vacation planning needs. Becky Mankin from that. All right, so seriously, let's talk about the important stuff.
Okay.
And then we'll get to the really important stuff.
Seriously.
Because I know what you're waiting for. You're waiting for...
the fact that we canceled the thing that we announced, right?
That is not even funny. and not even funny in a bizarro universe.
I'm a little loopy. I have been up 3 straight days at 4 a.m.
It sounds like somebody's doing... Oh, I know what you guys are hearing. You guys are hearing the sound of the notifications from the chat. That's what it was.
So it wasn't even me, and you blame me.
I had my other camera and everything, and I forgot something at home, so my bad. My brain no work too good tonight, so bear with me. All right, let's go back. Let's talk quickly about Disney's Hollywood Studios celebrating 30 years. They've done a 2-day special event that we were invited to by Disney, and it really was a celebration of the past, the present, and the future. Mm-hmm. Although I think for me, there were a couple of surprises that we were not expecting, and then one surprise we were maybe hoping for that didn't get. So first things first, right? Let's go first things first. Should we go backwards or should we go forward? I don't even know where to start. All right, let's go. Let's go.
So much.
Let's go.
And we were on different tracks, so you did.
We saw all different things. So let's go. First things first in terms of some of the surprises. The first thing we found out early in the morning was that there was going to be a new restaurant. Let's go right to the important stuff. There's going to be a new restaurant coming to Toy Story Land over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And again, you are, like Andy, being shrunk down to the size of a toy. But this is going to be not your usual rodeo. Andy, again, brought together some boxes from some of his favorite toys. And then while it's Western themed, you see that there's a lot of other Pixar characters in the background. You see Bo Peep and a few other in there as well. We did not get a timetable in terms of when this restaurant is going to open, where it's going to be. But obviously it is going to be a family-friendly dining experience, something very much needed in Toy Story Land. This serves 2 masters. It's a sit-down restaurant and
air conditioning.
And air conditioning. 3 things that Toy Story Land is lacking. But I think Hollywood Studios was definitely in need, keeping Galaxy's Edge out of the equation because it's going to be a different type of dining experience there. I think they absolutely did need another sit-down table service restaurant.
Yeah, back in that corner especially. And what I loved about it was they were explaining that it's the concept is that a child has put together, Andy has put together 3 boxes, like taken 3 boxes from play toys and games and created this space that only a child could create. So I love the concept of having like a game box above you and to the side of you and playing cards and different things that you're still in that story or immersed in this story of being shrunk down to the size of a toy.
Right. And I see a couple of people asking, I don't know exactly where it's going to go yet. The only thing I can think of is it needs to be when you first enter the land where Buzz currently stands. There is room back there, and what I imagine they'll do is take over some of the backstage area that used to be used by feature animation, some of the buildings back there. Because if they want to go back and out, they can expand out. There's a lot of room back there in buildings that not necessarily are being fully utilized.
Yeah, because if you think about it, the other on the other end, over by the saucers, that's going to be a gate into Galaxy's Edge. Right. So there's no space back there. So it would have to pretty much be in that front area.
And we can't gauge by the concept art just how big it's going to be. Now, I will say, I saw somebody in there saying they were really relieved that it's coming because they're not huge fans of Woody's Lunchbox. You know, has 2 thumbs and loves Woody Lunchbox? This guy.
What's your favorite thing there?
Yes.
What?
All
Anything?
of it. I like the tater.
Food.
Listen, tater.
Food.
You had me at tater tots. They have alcoholic beverages there.
What?
Yeah, I know. No shade. See, that's what it is.
There's the point.
It's a little bit
and
of balance.
And I remember when we were there for that press event, that was the thing that we were missing. We would walk around and say, the only place you could really cool down is either in the queue for the thing or the bathroom.
Wow.
And come on, you were 2 days. Mine was 3 days, and I'm very sleep deprived, and I'm making senses. Yeah. So be proud of me for being able to sit up straight and make senses.
So And they have actually added a little bit more shade to that area, but an indoor sit-down table service restaurant, again, and the more I think about it too, I think that's the only place it has to go.
Yeah,
because actually I was actually backstage there the other day, and it makes sense. There's a utility building there that I think is now vacant, so I assume they're going to take. And then there's huge parking lots and stuff back there, so they can even enclose that too. They can sort of extend Andy's backyard by adding another berm and some additional theming. It'd
be pretty simple to bump that area out.
Yeah.
The one thing I found about Toy Story Land too, one of the things that we did on our track was we were taken out or in for early Magic Morning, right? And it really was a good testament for why you want to go for that specific ride, going to Slinky Dog Dash, because I was there when it first opened, and I was standing at the place. I was thinking at first, because they had all the umbrellas up along the side there, leading up to Slinky Dog Dash, and I was thinking, wow, they finally put shade in. There's a whole bunch of umbrellas.
Look, there's a monorail behind us.
So,
sorry.
Anyway, that is pretty cool, actually. Anyway, so they had all these wonderful umbrellas set up, and I'm thinking shade, right? Well, when the gate opens, when park opens, rope drop happens, they corral all of those people who are headed for Slinky Dog Dash behind the umbrellas, and it was a stampede. It was slowly but surely. It's like, remember in Tokyo when they had the poor little girl, like, please do walk slowly, and everyone is like going by like 90 miles an hour.
They straddle a fine line in Japan between being courteous and I really need to get to my Duffy Bear.
Yeah, that's so true. So to see that made me really realize how much having that benefit, especially for that land, can be, because within 5 minutes of that opening, it was a 75-minute wait.
Yeah, and maybe this is it's talking about waiting. The natural segue is to Galaxy's Edge. However, we did get a very...
All right, what would we do to wear jeans in 95-degree weather?
It was as hot as the sun yesterday. And this is not a complaint, but of all the days to have to wear jeans, they told us, and we started to figure out why, if you have to have closed-toed shoes and long pants and long sleeves, you're going into a construction area. We were brought into the portal that will be the entrance to Galaxy's Edge, and then we're walked in maybe 50 to 100 feet in. If you watch the video that I posted yesterday of what was supposed to be my interview with an Imagineer, it really was Lou crying and trying to keep
really
it dim.
did, too.
I did.
I finally saw it this morning. And he can cry. He has heart and cry.
You should try it every now and then. It's incredibly cathartic.
I walked right into that, didn't I?
You did. Ooh, cookies.
Squirrel. How did you feel? All right, let me ask you.
Because you're going to try to make me cry again.
I'm going to try to make you cry. I really
So,
want your
Epcot
reaction.
Forever tickets.
Yeah. I would like your reaction, because I had a really interesting reaction. So when you knew where you were going, right? And you kind of knew what to expect, because you're going in a construction area. You know what you're kind of looking for, because we've seen the top and some photographs that are taken from what you can see. So when we walked in and we walked past a model that they're working from.
Which I will tell you, when I walked in, I'm like, if you're only showing me this model, I'm going to make a dash to the right, and you'll have to just tase me, bro, because I need to see what is up. Because when you walk in, you can't see anything.
No.
It's a dark, cavernous tunnel. I don't want to spoil anything either, but it's a dark tunnel. It's akin to the Cinderella Castle reveal. You have to look and walk to the right in order to get that reveal of what really is maybe a fifth of that land.
If that, which was the surprising part. So before we go there, so when you walked in, you kind of knew what to expect, and you walked in. Did you walk in and stop and lose it, or did you walk all the way in like the kids where they told you, "I'm sorry, Mr. Mongello, you could go no further"?
No, I walked in. We talked about the model a little bit, which is, look, the model itself is a fascinating bit of art and engineering. But when we walked in and got to that spot, with all due respect to Scott the Imagineer, I kind of tuned him out because I was in La La Land, man. I was looking around. I wanted to just suck it all in, because there's so much to see. And what's fascinating about this, and I'm intrigued just as a Disney fan, but just from a design and engineering standpoint, how they are able to build this expansive land, not just on a horizontal plane, but on a vertical plane, in terms of the black spires look like they've been there forever. Mm-hmm. Those trees and those green plantings, not only do they not look like they're from this planet, but they look like they've been there for 1,000 years.
Okay, so let's go back to the model really quickly, because the
model is so 5 minutes.
It's not. I know, but it just sits. It's not. Doesn't just sit there to be the model. It's actually what they work from. So the artist has created the model and hand painted and designed what the metal.
It's a full core model, right?
So when they need a reference to what the artist wants in those different locations, they go back to the model to take a look and then go out and recreate what the artist intended. So what was your first thought when you opened your eyes to see that reveal? What was the first thing that went through your mind?
Where's the restaurant? No.
Why does that not surprise me?
I was overwhelmed, and I'm not using that term lightly, and I'm gonna dig my car keys into my palm so I don't cry again. I was overwhelmed because while you can't see, and this is not a spoiler, you walk into Batuu and you're transported somewhere else, and it's a brilliant use of storytelling elements to make you feel that way, that you've gone somewhere else. Everything in Walt Disney World is left behind, much like Pandora, but you don't see the Millennium Falcon. You don't really see much in the way of starships. You feel as though you're in this village, and yes, you see some crashed stuff, not to give anything away, but it's something that draws your eyes to a lot of different weenies and visual cues, but you're also sort of drawn, unlike the castle where you see there's a pathway to take, it's very meandering and wandering, and I think that's what you are meant to do. Like Animal Kingdom, there's no straight lines in any of the Animal Kingdom pathways, and that's very intentional. It's very much the same way here. You are meant to spend, because you will, spend a lot of time wandering through this village. The land of Batuu is the number one attraction in Batuu.
Yeah, I think we're going to have another one of those areas like Pandora was, where it's discovery. It is meant and designed to walk through to find the detail and to discover through the entire land. So,
the only difference, with all due respect to Pandora, no respect, is that Pandora is exponentially smaller.
Okay, so before you go there, let me tell you what my impression was when you just stopped like that, because that was the thing that hit me. Because I love Star Wars, but I'm not the 7-year-old Lou Mongello nerd that's going to lose it and knows every single thing that you're looking at.
Which you don't, because it's a completely new storyline.
Right.
So,
but yeah. Anyway, so when I walked in, obviously did the same thing with the model. Turned the camera up.
Debbie says when there are 30,000 guests in there, will you be able to see anything?
Okay.
Yes, you will.
This is the point,
right?
Because I had been thinking when you looked at the model at D23, right? We looked at that. It looked like a nice-sized area. Then you see the artist renderings, which seem narrow and seem enclosed, and then you walked into this. You get that reveal, and I felt like it was 10 times bigger than I even imagined it could possibly be, especially from my perspective, knowing that the exact same footprint is going to be built in Disneyland as well. And that's, for
I
me...
don't know where they're putting that, man.
I know. I was talking to our contact there, and he said it is the exact same footprint, and it is massive. I can't... That's where I got the
and considering how much you actually see when you first walk in, again, they showed us the model and they said, this is all that you see, and there's maybe, 4/5 of that park still remaining.
That we couldn't see. That it was out of our range, and that was very incredible, and to me, that made me have to rethink all of the expectations that I think I had about what this experience is going to be. Sure, is it going to be crowded? Yeah, but it's not going to be what I thought it could be,
and I think they're obviously holding a lot back from us, and we won't know what it's going to be like clearly until opening day, when it's filled with guests. Look, even when you saw Toy Story Land, we've had the opportunity and the privilege of seeing some of these lands right before they open. Seeing an empty Toy Story Land is different than seeing Toy Story Land on a Saturday in August.
Correct.
It looks and
or
feels...
Land, same type of thing there.
Yeah. This, I think, though, is a very unique animal. Even so much so, more than Pandora was.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited more than ever after just getting that teeny little sampling of a glimpse. Like you said, it's. I want to. Dare I say 20%? I don't even think we saw 20%. I don't
think so either.
I think we're in that 15% of what we actually were seeing in. We walked through one gate. And of course, there's going to be another entrance on the other side.
Did you see anywhere on one night, in theory, Camp Forever in Batu? Yes, I've already scoped out places that you can hide up in the rocks. They're always watching. They're always watching. The only place I would suggest camping out right now is outside the gates of Disney World to get in line.
Right now. Yeah. Pitch a tent.
And again, not to sort of go off on a tangent, but we'll figure out how they're going to do it here in World. I do not understand where they're going to put all these people in Disneyland.
Okay.
In a park that's already pushing maximum density.
Yeah. All right. Let's back up for a second, though. I'm going to predict something because obviously this reservation system is something they're going to test out just from opening till June-ish. I'm going to predict that might extend because they're being very careful about saying it. They haven't confirmed it nor denied it, but I think they're waiting to see what impact it will have. Yeah. And for Disneyland, it makes a lot of sense.
I want to know how they're going to get guests out of that land.
No,
I'm sorry, sir. Your 4-hour window is open. Is over.
Right. I'm going to predict again. I know nothing, but I'm going to predict that they're going to give you a colored wristband. And that they spot you outside of your time with the wrong wristband, they'll probably escort you out, much like they do for the parties.
It's going to be a challenge. Yeah. I think it's going to be a challenge.
It'll be fun to see. I know you're going to be there for opening, right?
I am. Yes. Opening here, opening in land.
In land.
Yes.
I am as well. And I'm also going to be there for opening day, and I have a reservation.
Now you're a crazy person.
Because I wanted to see how it works. I want to experience it, and I have a reservation for 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
There's going to be kids there, just so you know. They're not little Ewoks. They're children.
You realize I do like children?
Roasted, barbecued, grilled. How do you like a pork? Smells like steel. Like steel. I am Iron Man. I just lost my train of thought.
I know.
Curse you, woman.
It's much more fun to have you see. You can look off to the left, and I'm actually here.
So
somebody here to talk to.
I wonder, and again, not knowing how they're going to do it, I wonder. Maybe I shouldn't get this way. If this is the strategy.
What's that?
When you first say you have a 4-hour window from 8 to 12.
Okay.
Do you go into Batu and not make a beeline for the Millennium Falcon attraction, but instead shop and eat and wander around, and then in that last 30 minutes of your window, get in line? Will they let you do that? I don't know. This will definitely be a wait and see kind of thing.
I will tell you, if I get any information, because I know they're going to do a handout for those who have reservations once the reservation process starts tomorrow, as a matter of fact, for land. We should get more information of what we can and cannot do, and obviously we'll share that.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I'm ecstatic. My inner Star Wars nerd, thanks to Star Wars Celebration, has very much ramped up. Seeing Galaxy's Edge yesterday.
Yeah, you were on Nerd on High there. I
was.
It's been a while since I've seen you.
I will tell you.
You know when last time I saw that smile was sushi in Japan.
I was going to say.
It's the same exact feeling and look.
If the trailer for Episode 9 does it any justice, this may be the Star Wars that some of us were waiting for. Yeah. If The Mandalorian looks half as good as that trailer and the 15 minutes that we saw, I was more impressed with that than I was Episode 9.
Wow.
brilliant move on Disney's part. I think all of those Star Wars fans who maybe didn't even have Disney Plus on their radar, and it sounds like a lot of them didn't, they could have signed every single one of them up purely based on The Mandalorian. And Disney, I applaud you. $6.99 was the smartest thing you ever could do. Especially right before Netflix says, oh, by the way, your membership is now $15.99.
It's going to be interesting to see what
how
happens.
This all plays out.
Yeah.
I think Netflix obviously skews towards a slightly, maybe sometimes different demographic, not as much young adult or children's programming that is unique to the platform. So, but we shall see. So, Marie, because we have a lot of stuff we have to get to, and not a lot of time to do it.
We have all the time in the world.
Calm down.
Because we have stuff. We have stuff next week.
Please.
We'll talk about that later.
And apologies to all of you that I have not gotten to show up yet this week. I promise I'm like 92.7% done with it.
Really?
No. I'm more like 42.7% done. But tonight I will get it done, and I'll get it posted.
You're going to fall asleep doing it.
I am.
They ran us like crazy.
It's a this week's show, slightly different.
Really? What'd you do?
I'm not telling you.
I thought you just mean they won't, it's
I think it's a very the title is simple, but it means a lot of different things. I will give you a hint.
It's about Star Wars?
Disney and blank. Disney and blank.
This is like that old game where you write something on a card and what's
the password?
No, not password. The other one with the
Let's make a deal.
No.
Jeopardy.
No.
The
Charles
card
Nelson Riley was on it.
First
and
of
then
all,
the chick was up there with the.
Wait a minute.
She always had a bad. What?
I will. This is a true confessional. I love and I DVR and I watch sometimes in the morning when I'm doing emails. I watch Match Game. It's like 74 to 78.
Yes. See
every day.
See, and then what was her name? The older lady that always had the slightly non-Disney answers.
Who was her husband? I
don't know.
Jack Klugman. Well, was her ex-husband. Yes!
Half those people don't even know who Jack Klugman is.
The Odd Couple? Quincy M.E.? What was her name?
Who?
Who had the top row center? See if anybody else can get it.
I can see her face, but
right?
I have no idea what her name is. And when you say it, it's a funny name.
I'm not saying a word. You'll have to figure it out on your own.
Now I got to watch the chat because somebody's going to get it.
So, all right. So let's move over to not just what's coming, but how about some things that were released today? I'm going to go.
Yes.
I'm going to go backwards
to
food. No, I'm going to go merchandise first.
Okay.
So the first thing we saw was the merchandise. I actually posted. I posted a video this morning of a sneak preview of some of the merchandise that's there, and there's a Toy Story pop-up shop with Toy Story related merchandise, but the 30th anniversary merchandise, which, by the way, you paid somebody to get that for you, didn't you?
No,
you did not get online. Okay, because you did not get online.
No, they gave that to us on our track. Gave us things.
There was about 3,000 people, and that may not be an exaggeration, online.
Really?
Yeah.
Because somebody said it was crazy over there today.
The line extended, like, from the beginning of the shop through all these back and forths, across Muppet Courtyard, across Grand Avenue, down Grand Avenue, more back and forths. I was hearing times of 4-hour waits to get merchandise.
From merchandise? Was that the limited pins, or do you know what the hot item was?
So, if you watch the video that I shot yesterday, you'll see that there's hats and shirts and AP stuff. There's an exclusive pin set. And if you watch, so just spoiler alert, I was fond of some of the merchandise, and
I didn't get to see that one. I was watching you crying like 20 times. So
well, you should watch this one, because I stole it. I mean, I didn't steal it. I pretended to steal it. And then at the end of the video, so I had some stuff, and I walk off camera, and then later on they bring me the footage, and as I'm getting ready to leave, she goes, so yeah, that pin that you put in your pocket, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I completely forgot. There's a limited edition, 5,000 edition pin. I don't know. I did like the Turvis. The Turvi, the Turvises. I'm a Turvis kind of guy.
Yep.
I don't know what the hot item was. If it's pin sets, if it's individual pins.
Most likely anything that had the anniversary of the 30th logo on it, which is a cute logo.
But it's intriguing, so I'm going to jump and segue a little bit because it's intriguing that the day that they release Disney's Hollywood Studios 30th anniversary merchandise, they release a new logo too.
Okay, fair point there.
Right? So now all of a sudden,
and that's the best thing to have.
The line for cupcakes was right. The line for that sorcerer lemon doodad.
They sold out.
You should have put that up on eBay.
Because it's gonna be easy to ship.
And I also did. Oh wait, I also posted tonight a culinary tour of all the special edition food. I had more fun doing that.
That was one of the better stuff.
That was a lot of fun, and you'll see why in the second half of the video.
And then he ate it all, and they came back and said, "I'm sorry, Mr. Mongello."
She made me eat 3 things.
Oh, I can imagine. Really?
We had a lot of fun.
Was it the first table,
we
the
had
second
a lot of
table,
fun.
or the third table?
The third table.
Okay.
She made me 3 things, and I actually had to cut out part of the video. So
why?
You have to wait and stay tuned for the end credit scene. There's an end credit scene.
You're gonna start doing mid-credit and end credits now on videos.
There's an end credit scene for the food and beverage. But there is. So, and I like this because I love the idea of having this sort of novelty food and special edition food. There's actually special cocktails.
Yes, there
I
are.
thought of you briefly.
Thank you.
Briefly, it didn't last very long. With some of the special edition cocktails, but they're found not only in the restaurants, but in a lot of the kiosks around the park as well. And they're so whimsical and they're themed. And I think food is meant to be fun.
Yeah.
Right? Food is
sure was.
Fish are friends and food, and your food should always be fun too. And some of them were beautiful. Some of them didn't actually look like they were made out of food.
That's true. Well, the
Kylo Ren chocolate guy.
Yes, oh my gosh. Do you want to eat that or not?
I want to just bite his little whiny head off.
I was wondering, when I looked at it, I'm thinking, I'm not sure if that's a thing that I want to eat or throw. I'm not sure.
He's a bit of a whiner, but that's okay. He's okay. Becky, check his pocket for the pin. They did, Debbie, I had the pin in my pocket. I didn't mean to. I swear. I did not mean to leave with the pin. There was one thing that I did want to leave with.
What's that?
You'll see. Let's just say it was very...
You said
it was like me.
You do get teaser on me.
It was fluffy, like me.
Little and fluffy like
Cuddly
you?
and, big and fluffy.
Was that
like
the Pixar ball, the ball?
No.
You didn't like that?
And that's not what I was... That's not what I was...
Do you know they are coming out with quite a lot of cupcakes, too? It was the Minnie and Mickey cupcakes.
Body by Cupcakes. Notice that I'm keeping this from waist high.
And I appreciate that as well.
Tall and skinny. It's the only way I can be tall and skinny is this way. So we looked at some of the merchandise. We looked at some of the food, which is going to be throughout the 30th anniversary celebration, which we don't know. Somebody asked me if there was an end date to it. Typical Disney, year-long celebrations last about 16 to 18 months. So this anniversary might go longer than just 12 months.
So you get to year 32, and by the way, our anniversary is over now.
They're still celebrating Epcot's 25th. You can still buy...
And the cupcakes were made back at that time, yeah.
Yeah, so I need to do a little bit of a cupcake tour. There's somebody who has been asking me to do a cupcake tour with her. You know this person. I'm not going to say who it is. Okay. And I can't. We just have to. Our schedules are not just aligned. We're going to do a video cupcake tour together.
Okay, that'll be in 2024.
No, I have to reach out.
We have a lounge review. We have some dining reviews.
There's a lot of
for me for what, 10 years now.
There's a lot of things.
Yes, there are.
So.
And then they keep doing things like, I don't know, Galaxy's Edge, new ships.
There's always something.
Yeah,
there's always something to add on to.
Yep.
So, all right. So we talked about the merch. We talked about food and beverage. We talked about the new table service restaurant. The other thing that we got to see last night that was a preview, a special preview of what kicks off tonight, is the Wonderful World of Disney, if I'm getting this name right, the Wonderful World of Disney Animation. I almost called it the Castle Projection Show. The Chinese Theater Projection Show at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
Ladies first, thoughts?
Okay. Well, it's really interesting how... All right, the first thing I'm going to say, because this is without a doubt probably the clearest, most concise, most gorgeous, most bright projection show that Disney has ever done.
It almost looks like they're screens as opposed to being projections.
Right. And then they've divided it up into different sections. So there's like a family section, there's a villain section, there's an adventure section. At the very beginning, I think, was the Fantasia point that I thought was actually the best of all of them because I just loved that. I think that's part of the show that I'm drawn to most is that there's something in it for everybody. I did have some... I was missing the big crescendo that I was waiting for that wasn't quite there. And you had a fair point last night, too, about the music, just being music without the lyrics.
So, again, breaking the show down, it was a long show, probably about 12 to 14 minutes or so. The visuals were spectacular.
Yeah, stunning.
You close your ears, the visuals themselves are incredibly clear. They almost looked as, and there were some laser projections as well. It literally showed a clip from every single Disney and Pixar film ever. I need to go back, however.
Let's see it again.
No.
No?
I need to go and find Home on the Range. I need to verify that Home on the Range is in there. Although I will tell you that Crazy Pants version of Yodel or Ladle is one of my favorite Disney songs ever. You put that on in my car, and I'll be yodeling like nobody's business.
No, please.
I'm going to yodel. You know what? I'm pulling that up on Spotify tonight. I'm going to yodel my whole way home.
Good, because I'm
You're not going to be
man. Yeah. Please don't yodel. Please don't. All right. So one thing I do want to say.
So
it's tempting because it's the projection piece.
Okay. Yes, stay with visuals, and then we'll get to.
While it's really tempting to record it, to take pictures of it, to stream it, and we did last night because we wanted to bring it to you. But I really believe that this is one of those shows you need to put your phone down.
Or on a tripod. I was fortunate to have mine on a tripod, so I wasn't watching the screen, I was watching the visual.
I started recording it so that I could have a video, because he was streaming, I was going to video it, and at one point, I was so stunned by how
bad your Android phone is that you just put it down. I understand.
I'm going to hit you. How awesome it was to see everything that was going on, because you have one central location and then you have so many different things happening on the side panels.
It's probably 170 or so degrees.
Yeah.
Because they do pull up the side screens.
So after I got what I felt, I just hit stop and I put my phone down and then I let my eyes take it in. And I think that this is probably one of those shows you really should do that.
Yeah. Do you have to put a quarter in that thing in order for it to work, or like a little handprint on the side?
I'm not happy with you right now.
So So the visuals are spectacular,
FYI.
without a doubt. The visuals are spectacular. What I think, and I want to see it again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you need to leave to go stand in line to get the new version?
It's so much fun to stand in line to get the new version. I love it. What I liked.
Yes.
I love the fact that and it's easy to do, but I'm happy that they did it. It did all start with a mouse, appropriately enough on the theater where there's going to be a new Mickey and Minnie attraction. It should sort of take you on the journey that begins with Walt. It begins with Steamboat Willie, and it takes you through a progression, not necessarily chronological, but themed.
Yeah,
it's sort of
themed
sections. The thing that I felt was a little bit lacking for me was that emotional component. I did not feel it until When Can We Do This Again at Wreck-It Ralph. That was sort of the pivotal moment for me, that it started to sort of increase, and I wanted it to sort of crescendo. I was like, okay, maybe they're sort of doing this in a sort of a 3-act play, and I was waiting for that big finale. I think, Becky, what it might be is that it's all instrumental. Yeah. So there's no lyrics. So there's not those touchstone moments or words or phrases that are impactful. And yes, you might have certain elements in the music, especially like music from Fantasia, which makes perfect sense. But I didn't necessarily feel it. I enjoyed it. I liked it. It didn't make me cry.
Yeah, it didn't.
Whereas the castle shows here, I'm a weeping fool. Yeah,
and I will tell you, I felt the same way. It wasn't that I disliked the show. I just was missing that emotional component. I was missing the oh my gosh, that was the best thing.
You were waiting for it to hit you in all the feels. Right?
Yeah. And at the very end, they have a quote by Walt in his voice, and I think that's probably the closest that gave me that emotional hit. but other than that, it's again stunning visually. It tells you the story in the blocks. It's great to watch. It's got some good pyro. Considering on the pyro, the pyro. We had the guy come in and give us a presentation today on the show, and he was saying one of the things, because a lot of people have kind of been given the feedback that there's not enough pyro, but for what they were explaining is that there's a balance, right. Because if you shoot off the pyro, it's too bright and it will offset the visual of the projection.
Right, and I'm happy they wanted the projection to be the focus of the show because it's not a fireworks show. And is it going to be, somebody asked me, is it going to be done in conjunction with the Star Wars fireworks, or is it one or the other? I am not sure either. It's an answer that we will get. I don't know. So I don't know. And maybe it's not supposed to be. Maybe we have this level of expectation that we're used to the castle shows, mm-hmm. which are meant to tug on our heartstrings and sit there with your family or your food and cry and maybe that's not what this is meant to be. It's meant to be a little bit more uplifting. I'm trying to figure out, what the direction or the intention of the show was.
I think it also is targeted to the family of all ages, because obviously there's something there for the kids who are just now discovering Disney animation, and the families who, or old people like you, who saw Steamboat Willie and enjoyed that way back when in the day.
Listen, the first time you saw the jazz singer in theaters, with Al Jolson, the original jazz singer.
I have no idea who that is.
Anyway, I won't be mean. This is
the word.
What are you doing? Stop singing that.
I can't wait.
Maybe this is why they didn't.
Yep.
So I think that's what it was. I think the lack of lyrics is where the missing element might be.
That's a very good point.
Now, in an interest of fairness, mm-hmm. we also saw that at 10:30 at night after what was a very, very long day. So I want to see it again. I need to see it again with fresh eyes, mm-hmm. without wearing jeans in 97% humidity.
I'm with you.
Outside. But, to that point too, the first time you saw Wishes, the first time you saw Happily Ever After, it did.
Yeah.
It did hit you. So.
I walked away from those with that emotional hit, and yes, there might be a tear or two in there, and you're right, it just didn't happen.
Now, as an aside, no, as a counter to that,
okay,
what I do expect is going to hit us in all of the feels, especially if you come from a certain generation and time, and if you grew up in a certain park that you watched evolve. I believe that in just a few short months, while some may be crying as they bid fond farewell to 3 decades of Illuminations, I believe that Epcot Forever is going to very much hit us in all of the feels, because it is going to be a celebration of all of Epcot's history, and I think it's very much meant to evoke that sense of nostalgia and love that we had from that park, especially those of us who were kids who kind of grew up in Epcot Center.
Okay.
You see, my friends, the computer makes life easier. Saves you time and headaches, too. Sorts things out, analyzes.
I got to do something. I'm not sure if they did this for you.
It has a great big... Never mind. Sorry. Who sings the Astute Computer Review?
I don't know this. I have no idea. So let me talk to you, though, about what I was able to experience, because I don't think you were able to experience this. And, yes, Illumination, it's been around for 20 years. Love it, adore it, but it is time to take advantage of some new technology and a new show to get excited about, right? So, much like when Taps Illuminations went away and everybody said, oh no, and then Illuminations came on and that became the love. And this is the scary part, is that Epcot Forever is a interim show. I have this sinking feeling that you're going to feel the same about this show that we do about Illuminations right now. And what I got to do was really special.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
So we all, when they announced this show as an interim show, I was incredibly disappointed.
Why?
because I want this to be the permanent show.
Oh, I see. Because you knew what it was.
Because we knew it was going to be this celebration. And I know, look, we cannot sort of live with, looking in the rearview mirror. We need to look ahead. But I love and I thank, look, say what you will about this company or what they do. In the past 5 to 7 years, whether it be social listening, in the park listening, they very much pay attention to what the true fans want.
Yes.
And if you don't believe me, go pick up your Orangeburg Sipper Cup. Go look at what they're doing with Epcot Forever. That is not... I'm sorry, ma'am. This seat is...
There are no bushes here. Anyway.
They very much, for the first time in forever, are not only showing their gratitude towards their most loyal fans.
Yes, they are.
But they are doing something about it in a meaningful kind of way. And Epcot Forever is their thank you card to us.
It is. All right, so now can I say what I got to do? And in a way, I almost wish I hadn't, but I'm glad that I did. Because at first, I'll be honest, interim show, I wasn't that excited. I'm thinking, okay, this is the thing they're going to plop in the middle because they're trying to figure out how to time this to the anniversary, right? So we got to sit in a room with the producers, and they actually played the show for us.
Like, they pantomimed the whole show?
No. The some of the tracks is like some of their test tracks. It's some of the tracks that they're using for the music, and they talked us through what will be happening during the show. And there are a couple things that I can share without.
You spoil it for me.
I'm not spoiling it for you.
I will shave your head.
I will not spoil it for you. I swear, because this is why I'm so excited that we were able to get what we got. Because I have a feeling, again, he is going to cry. Be ready. Have all video
I'm a crier.
and operational.
I do.
It's going to be incredible. They played it all the way up to the finale. They did not play the finale because they said that that's going to be good. But there are. I mean, get careful because I don't want to do too many spoilers.
They said that's going to be good.
You know what I mean? It's going to be so incredibly spectacular. They didn't want to spoil it for us. Put it that way. This has 8 brand new barges, fireworks barges. 8 brand new barges. So it's going to be incredible. And there's other.
Tim Moore says it's a salute to Epcot. It's a salute to everything Epcot, but mostly the Astute Computer Review.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just saying, the Astute Computer Review was a show where they had this big computer room and a projection.
Tell her that.
I know.
Oh, hey!
There's a guy right there.
I know what it is.
There's a guy that he's imagining that there's this guy here, and it's because we never see this person. I think we've missed him so much that we just kind of figured that he somewhat appears. But I know why he's here. It's because of me.
Oh my God!
Oh,
so
oh.
So what do you want for Christmas?
The band is back together.
I would like a giant teddy bear.
An Epcot Forever show?
I don't know.
Yes.
Would you like me to take it?
Wow. Oh my God, that takes us
With
back to
all
the
the
whole.
fun
Let's not go back
Disney songs.
and relive
Lord.
that moment. We cannot relive that moment.
Very quickly.
Yes.
Scott Otis, by the way, from Otisburg.
Oh, from the bushes outside your house.
Favorite original-ish or first decade Epcot Center song?
One of the 2 energy ones, maybe.
Veggie Fruit? Veggie Fruit?
I like it. But
Can I confirm or deny that would be it?
Just listen to the land we all
it's
love.
hard to not choose one of those ones.
Nature's Plan, it's
easy. I know.
Nature's Plan will shine above. Let's listen to the land.
It's good.
Listen to the land.
One little spot.
How does the World of Motion song go?
Around.
You spin me right round record like a record baby.
Yes, round.
That's not actually how it goes.
To be free.
You know what?
To be on the move. To go anywhere with never a care.
Did you live here for a while?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
And you were actually you didn't date much.
Well.
All right, sing it. Sing all of them for me.
What's a word to you?
We can do that.
How much do you want?
I mean, if we're negotiating, I'm going to write a number down on a piece of paper and
Okay.
I'll slide it over to you. Are you paying by song?
No, by the whole thing, everything you know in Epcot.
So we've got Spaceship Earth, Tomorrow's Child.
Yeah.
We might be
sweat.
here a while.
I don't.
Just the opening medley.
Well, I can't sing the opening.
Oh,
medley.
Why not?
You can hum it. Or do you have a
I'm
trumpet?
gonna sing the making of me.
Oh, how about you're welcome? Why you're at
Okay,
it?
here's a trivia question for you. I know you know this. So you get this right.
I can't get it right.
If you get this
You know
right,
better.
I will.
All right, I'm going to phone a friend.
I'll signal
can't
the
phone a
answer.
friend.
I have a phone right here.
Exactly, that's my point. I'm gonna phone a
The
friend.
making of me, and we're getting off
I
the
don't
rails.
want to know
right?
anything about you.
The making of me, not me, is a show
That's
about
when a mommy and
the
daddy
beauty-
love each other.
the beauty and the miracle of conception and birth. Calm down. This is why I do it. This is why I only do one show a night by myself.
A night? Where are the other ones?
At one point, the couple that ends up having the baby goes to a movie theater. What movie is playing at the movie theater? Don't you do the Googles?
Phoning a
I
friend.
know this. You know.
I know you know this.
See, if he doesn't
Trying to
know
get
it
an
right off the
image.
top of his head, you
Do I know
cannot
it?
expect me to know it right off the top of my
I'm
head.
just trying to find a fun.
Don't let her see the picture.
What?
Let's see if anybody gets it. Anybody know the movie that's
Is it in
playing?
the 80s?
No.
70s?
Yes.
Greece?
Well, no. Well, I mean, I saw it in the 70s because I was born in '68, so for me it was the 70s.
It's
not-
1954.
Oh.
It's not Empire Strikes Back. It's not Moulin Rouge.
East of Eden.
East of Eden? What?
Casablanca.
Can you see that?
Can't see it.
I can do my. I want to do my
Yes,
impression.
please do. Please do.
Is that your James Mason?
Down by the
it's
river.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
No, you got to do the James Mason now because
20,000 leagues. I can't do it. I'm not feeling well tonight. So,
okay.
if you're going out, could you get me a sandwich?
What?
Forever.
Why did they leave the movie theater early?
Because she wasn't feeling well.
Because
I'll be over here.
too much cigarette smoke. Remember?
They were
don't have the
vaping.
problem.
Actually, they were vaping. The new version is that they're vaping
See,
in the
kids
movie
back in the
theaters,
50s, you could smoke everywhere.
including the hospital,
I don't hear anymore.
which is crazy.
Nuts.
Kramer versus Kramer. No, they were not showing Kramer versus Kramer.
Oh, by the way, thank you, Terry.
Was it a chapter?
Gone with the Wind, Kramer versus Old Yeller.
Can you read that without the...
Anywho, so what was your favorite Epcot Center song?
Well,
Favorite Epcot
Figment.
Center attraction? How about
I
that?
like Figment. So
The original
I like,
Figment.
I like the One Little Spark. I think it's really cute and
Too
it's
easy.
uplifting and
It's-
makes me smile.
It's a little bit too easy.
It
You
makes-
just don't know.
it makes
You
me
don't know
smile.
any other songs, do you?
No, you know what? Okay, and I'll be honest. As when you're a travel agent, they have the cue music and anybody stuff. You're on hold for 9 hours because you're gonna put free dining on something, and all you do is hear the entire medley of Epcot songs.
There's worse. I cannot wait to get into my car tonight. I'm going to drive so slow, and I'm going to be putting my windows down and jamming out to Epcot 82, yo. So if you live in the general vicinity, I'm going to apologize in advance for what you're about to
Oh,
say.
sorry, kids. That's going to be a really sad sight. Yeah. I like the song.
It is my favorite
Sorry.
part of that song.
I like the song.
What song?
That song.
How's that go?
No, I'm not going to do it. That's why we have him. Or why he just showed up. See, there's a reason for everything.
God, I'm sweating.
See, haven't you missed us?
Radiating pain down my
Hey.
left arm again.
I'm wearing
Woohoo!
cakes. We're going to have one in a minute.
Awesome. Those are beautiful.
Aww.
Streamers.
Who
We have
is this?
streamers?
Who is
A
this
mobile
this
party.
guest?
It's Xanakin. What?
No, it's Susanna
Go to
Otis.
Xanacam.org. Wait,
Wow. Look
you
at
have
that.
to get a paid subscription. Wait.
You're listening to Mickey one or something that's making you get it.
Awesome.
Wow, look at you.
Is this our new guest?
Show that one off.
Not everyone knows.
Here you go. All festive and there you go.
Whoa.
Get yours
Wow.
on.
Now, where did these come from?
Where did
Susanna?
these come
Well,
from?
you know, I just found them lying around.
It's a good look for me.
That's styling.
Thank you.
There
Okay.
we go.
It's like Mardi Gras
I
without
was
all
going to
the,
say. It's
without
a
all
lot
the
like
benefits.
that.
Hi, kids.
Um,
Go to bed.
Who is this special lady?
It's Susanna. Wait, she moved.
Hello.
She's there.
I didn't want
She's
to.
right there.
She was working. She was here working.
But you sent her out to get cupcakes?
No.
I love that woman.
No, we procured them.
We were here for an event.
That woman?
Yeah.
Wait. I love them.
Wait.
I did see her first.
What are you talking about?
I married her.
Our mutual love of
Wait,
Susanna.
you freaking go. Wait a minute. When mommies and daddies love each other very much.
This is why I sit in my room by myself all day and do this show
Isn't
alone.
this much more entertaining?
I'm literally sweating. I'm having heart
You've
palpitations
missed
and I'm
us.
sweating.
Come on.
Yeah,
I have.
really.
This is very much like Epcot
The band
Forever.
is back together. See, there's more people that keep showing up. It's awesome.
Quiet, Ringo. It's like Epcot Forever. This is sort of harkening back to
We're
the
going
good
away in
old days.
2020. Enjoy us now while you can.
I'm trying to segue. I suck at this. The only
Sorry, I
professional
don't know
in the
what
room.
you've been talking about,
So we've been talking about we've been talking about Epcot. We've been talking about Hollywood Studios 30th, all the things that we saw. So before we move on to Epcot, very quickly, this morning we did have the Hollywood Studios 30th cavalcade.
Yes.
Cavalcade.
Sure. Sure.
Beeps.
Right. There were a few peeps.
Indiana Jones.
There was rumors and rumblings of an expectation that we might get a surprise. Not the surprise we expected today.
No.
And I'm
No.
assuming that the discussion of changing the name of Disney's Hollywood Studios has been tabled for an indefinite period of time because today they released a new logo
Yes.
for Disney's Hollywood Studios, which I do not have queued up because oh wait, yes I do. Hold on a second.
You've been distracted.
Wait, I did. Wait, I know I pulled it. Wait a second. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it.
La, 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 la.
There it is.
La, la, la,
Hold
la,
on.
la.
Wow. Very prepared you are.
There we go. Quiet you. I'm going to cover
Wait.
all of us.
Wait,
So there's the new logo on the. This is why I do it alone. We did not get the new name
No.
as we
I
expected.
really thought that's what we were getting.
Yeah. So I mean, the logo is cleaner. We're sort of getting away from that Art Deco look of the original logo.
And has the new style Mickey in it.
It does,
Yeah.
which I think
Which
is
is important.
Version.
right, because I think it's obviously meant to lead us into this next generation, this next chapter in Disney's Hollywood Studios history, which is going to be Mickey's Runaway Railway,
Yeah.
Galaxy's Edge, the new toy.
Classic Star Wars character, BB-8.
Remember, he's classic to a new generation of Star Wars fans.
Correct.
I agree.
Right?
Also, he's circular, so he fits in the O. So
That's true.
it's,
Only round characters. Baymax, BB-8, and me. Only round characters fit into the L. So I wanted to quickly mention that's what we saw this morning. There has not been discussion. There has not been any discussion of a new, and I think because nobody just knows what to call it. I heard the word adventure thrown around a lot this morning in
Really?
terms of speculation, but I just don't know that I see that. I think adventure, while it sounds enticing, might also be exclusionary to a certain degree because maybe not everybody wants,
It might give people an expectation that
Right.
maybe
Exactly.
isn't there.
Right.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
Well, I think the park is going to have a little bit of an identity issue in a way.
I think that.
Oh, cupcake here.
Chicken nuggets. You guys distract me so easily. I am not a smart
We were
man.
doing awful lot.
I am not a smart man at all.
No.
But yeah, so I think. Look, this is a time of. This is a separate conversation. No, stay. Pull over a chair.
well,
It's a time of unprecedented growth and change in the parks. We're seeing it in all the parks. Announcements for Animal Kingdom, I think, are coming.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get them later on this year. The Tron is going to usher in a new chapter, I think, in Tomorrowland. We're seeing it obviously happen. I don't think the studios has done either. I think if you like Voyage of the Little Mermaid, I would go see Voyage of the Little Mermaid soon.
Is this an announcement?
I
An
think
official
so.
announcement?
Shut up. No, it's
Well,
not.
I mean, look at that whole area back there. It really is kind of a mishmash of
But
different themes and locations
Right,
and
because
places. And,
that section, I believe, is going to change.
yeah,
Because
makes sense.
obviously at Launch Bay, while it does celebrate the history of the Star Wars franchise, it's very different. in terms of, look, right now you're going to have 3 different areas of Star Wars. You're going to have Batuu, which is its own free, you live your own story.
Right.
You've got Star Tours, which is experience the adventure of all the past films, and then sort of this museum and tribute in Launch Bay that are 3 different areas.
I see the launch bay as being sort of like a placeholder while they're...
That's what I'm saying. I think that whole section I think that section's going to change.
That could become a whole new...
That archway
section,
is going to lead
thing.
into a new type of
Are
land.
you announcing a new land?
I am. I'm announcing...
You know
what we're calling it?
Luland.
Santa Land.
Nice.
I just came up with that name all by myself.
It's a good
But
one.
I own the URL.
Saleland.com website.
So, but yeah, so I just think you're right. I think it is. I think while it's in the time of unprecedented growth and change, it's also going to look back at this as a time of a transition to this park. I think the name change is going to come, just not yet, because I think there's other pieces of this jigsaw puzzle that have to get put into place to define what this park is going to be. They are still trying to not erase, but get away from this idea of it being a working studio and park.
Right.
Because it's not. It hasn't been that way in years.
So if they go to this new logo and then they go to something else later, there's a lot of new merchandise opportunities, and as a shareholder, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
As somebody who has no more space in my house,
As much
it's an issue.
as much as I say it's a good time to be a Disney fan, it's a great time to be a Disney shareholder.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Like,
the point.
I'm one of those.
Disney Plus.
Say what you love, Bob Iger. I love you, bro. Anywho,
Huh?
what?
Where are we now?
So
where
now
are we going now?
Now we're what?
Monorail.
That thing?
Monorail. It's fun.
New monorail?
What?
Sure.
New monorail?
Going to the studio?
Skyliner.
Maybe.
What you just said?
No,
Bullet train.
not new monorail line. New monorails.
Sure. You heard it here
New
first.
monorails.
Now we just blue skying things that they should do. Is that where we are?
Smell.
Please, a new monorail smell would be awesome.
It's going to smell like high karate.
It's like Skyliner. What's going to happen there?
I can't wait. I am super excited. The Skyliner is going to be an attraction for me,
Right.
but you don't need a ticket for.
Again, we had yet another presentation from the people that were talking about Skyliner, and the first thing that they did was to stand up and say, as you know that they were going to say, don't worry, we looked at all of the options and issues regarding Florida weather, and we took it into
I'm
consideration.
not worried about that.
So
I'm not
let's
worried
just
about
put
that at all.
Let's put
No.
it aside, because everybody's still
Everyone's
posted
always
something
just,
about it.
They're
It was
not
idiots.
idiots.
I
They're not
know.
idiots.
I know.
Clearly, if they're
I know.
moving in a linear fashion and you've got a windows
Right.
open in the front, you're going to have a natural airflow.
Exactly.
What I think is going to be interesting to see,
It's
and obviously
That's
they've
right.
taken this into account, but as a guest, when the August through November winds and lightning storms come, how will that potentially affect the system? Which I'm not worried about it from a safety perspective.
Yeah, what we were told was that it was going to operate kind of like the boats do. So if the boats stop, the
Right.
Skyliner's going to stop. So that was the issue.
I heard they were going to be powered by lightning.
Is that what it is?
not right?
Thor will be
The
here and go.
words running, yeah.
Don't say any word of any Marvel character because
Why? I could talk about Thor.
no, because it makes you start thinking about Endgame and don't.
We haven't even had
Some
that
people,
conversation.
there's probably a couple people
I'm not
there
gonna
who
say a
have not
thing.
seen it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm not saying a thing.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been an issue if you just didn't tell me to be quiet.
If you think I cried,
Did you
Okay.
cry?
Oh my God.
You were like tearing up right now.
this is not a spoiler unless you don't want to hear it. I cried at least 6 times.
Yeah.
Like, with tears streaming down my face.
And I thought the second time I watched it, I wouldn't cry,
And you
and I
did.
cried more.
When
The
I
second
found
time-
out
cried.
that his mom was named Martha too, I just couldn't believe
Wow.
that was.
We should move off this because otherwise somebody will like you will say
How did
something.
they
you should-
put out a movie and say, "Wait, your mom's named Martha too? Let's be friends." Ay, you vain. Anywho,
Yes.
Stop.
moving from
Stop. Mm-hmm.
what is happening currently to what's happening in the future that has a touch point to the past.
Disney Cruise Line?
Epcot Forever. Yo.
Yes, we were just there. We were talking about it.
Right.
It's going to be exciting. It's going to be wonderful. Listening to the music, it is an emotional roller coaster. That's what I will tell you. It's an emotional roller coaster. Unlike Hollywood Studios, where we were just talking about that show, which is great in the sense.
And wait a second.
This
I will
is-
bet. Excuse me. That there will be people that watch the wonderful world of animation and cry.
Yeah, I bet.
Because they will find things in there that impact them. I didn't necessarily feel it, other than Wreck-It Ralph. I might see it again in a different viewing. When Epcot Forever comes, yeah. When can we do this again? I love that song. I'm going to sing that in my car tonight too.
That's what we say every time we're together. We can do this.
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we mean it?
12 years later, we're still partners. So apparently we do. Move on.
Anyhow, Epcot Forever, opening night, October 1st.
Yeah.
If you thought May 1st was crowded at the studios, Epcot says, hold my beer. Because October 1st is going to be a party. I think we're going to hear at D23 Expo additional activities and announcements that are going to be pertaining to the celebration of Epcot coming up this year. I am incredibly excited for Epcot Forever, so much so that not only can I not wait for that initial nighttime fireworks spectacular, but I want to enjoy it with friends. And Becky.
Without me, it'd be kind of difficult for you to enjoy it at all.
So,
but before we announce this, we better hash this out, because I think I had a little bit to do with
I
this.
can still go and see it, even if you're not there.
That's right.
When he's what?
Moonsbow.
Oh no, it's supposed to be that way. Never mind.
So, as we mentioned on a recent show, thanks to our friends over at MEI and Mouseful Travel, we have been
We're
able
not
to
doing
secure,
a darn thing right now.
we have been able to secure
I'm announcing the cancellation
a
of the
private.
private.
Would you stop it? You are the worst studio guests ever. We are going to have a private dessert party, waterside, for the very first showing of Epcot Forever on Tuesday. Shush.
We're going to be in the water?
First?
Waterside, not water slide.
You're going to install a water slide?
I have this metallic taste in my mouth and a radiating pain down my left arm, and I don't know why. On Tuesday, October 1st.
Tuesday?
Tuesday, October 1st. Thanks to our friends and the generous sponsorship and love
And Mike.
of MEI and Mousefan Travel, we have
Amazing
a...
ability to grab something.
Why can't you just let me finish? You're so lovely.
So much.
Are tickets still available?
Continue.
No, they're not, because they're not on sale yet.
Wait.
But, this is the... Forget all the nonsense leading up to this. The last hour and 8 minutes has been a waste of your time, I understand. But...
If you like the show, please write in.
Yeah.
what we do want to announce tonight,
Yes.
finally, if you
There's
would...
an announcement?
Shut your
Stick the
cup-
cupcake in his
Yeah,
mouth
shut your
and then...
cupcake hole. Is the ticket availability for the Epcot Forever show on Tuesday, October 1st. I can't keep a straight face when he says that. I can't keep a straight face. Period, Melanie Jones. Now, here is... Stop it, man. Here is the announcement in terms of ticket availability.
Oh my gosh.
There is a limited number of spots available for our dessert party.
Take two.
For the... Well, calm down, because...
Wait, why?
Tickets. Look, let the man talk is what they're saying.
I will take that drink now.
Tickets are going on sale, and pay attention. Tickets will go on sale on Friday, May 3rd at 8:30 a.m. There's an asterisk, a caveat, a codicil to that. That is, of course, unless you are a member of the WDW Radio Nation. If you are a member of the WDW Radio Nation, membership does have its privileges. You will have 24-hour advanced ticket sales exclusive to Nation members. If you are a member of the nation, I will send you out an email, hopefully, when the show's over tonight, if they let me focus, with instructions. Your tickets will go on sale tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Everybody else, your tickets will go on sale Friday morning at 8:30. Where do you get those tickets? Stay tuned. I will post a link, and I will on social on Friday morning exactly where you need to go to get tickets. So Facebook, Twitter, the Insta, that's where you need to pay attention. I'll also send out a newsletter with the link.
And
I'm taking my glasses off for effect.
okay.
It is a limited event.
Very.
There is only so much space on the promenade in this special area reserved for us, thanks to our friends over at MEI and Mousefan Travel. I do expect this event to sell out quickly.
But I want to also throw in a little caveat that if you already booked with Mousefan Travel over those dates,
And who shouldn't? I mean, why wouldn't you?
we're not accepting new bookings for this particular dessert party. But if you've already booked over these dates, watch your email.
You never know.
There is a benefit to booking with your favorite travel agency, your only travel agency.
Such an easy joke.
I know. Because you still want a credential to this thing. So
and thanks to Mousefan Travel, I saw somebody ask. Tickets are $59 per person. Again, that is we are only able to make that happen because of the support and sponsorship. So a little golf clap for.
Thank you. We're happy to do it because obviously this is a very special
Tiny
event.
golf clap.
Hey,
Itty bitty golf claps. Teeny tiny little golf
had to go
clap.
there, didn't you? You want a credential. You shouldn't do that until the credentials are actually handed out to you that night. You have between now and then to be nice. Good luck.
What?
Just pretend.
Do you really guess care if Lou's actually there? Because, just saying.
I think there would be a revolt if it's not there.
Let's wait for the show.
You say it would be revolting, or there would be a revolt. It would be.
Who may or may not be.
I may or may not
be there.
You are the best, Becky. We booked through MEI, so we watch you for the email box.
Thank you.
No, we are not at Disney's Hollywood Studios. We are actually at
Monorail. We're near a bar.
Which
by Becky's demand. By Becky's what?
You chose.
You demand to always be silent. You went up there? Dude, you're a creeper, man. You are a creeper. So, Valerie, if you are a Nation member, you will get an email tonight letting you know where and when tickets will go on sale early tomorrow morning. Tickets for everybody else go on sale Friday morning at 8:30. I will post Friday probably about 8 o'clock or so, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, exactly where to go. This way you can log on and get your tickets at 8:30.
That they're going to go fast.
They are going to go fast.
This is going to be a get your bib thing.
They are going to go fast. Get your bib, but you don't have to run. There's no running involved or allowed at this event.
In fact, it will be the opposite of
Right.
running. It will be eating.
We want it to last as long as we can.
You do not have to run. You can actually walk, because you can have as many as you like.
Walk, the desserts will be gone.
It depends on who you get in line behind. But yes. But I promise there'll be desserts for everyone. Even you. So, there you go.
All right. So now we can stop getting the emails that say, so when it's very crazy because when the tickets coming out there.
So, yes. So,
and
Valerie, we'll have details about the party time. It obviously will start a little bit before Illuminations, and then we'll have a start.
Illuminations?
Wow. Epcot Forever. See?
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
So,
Excellent.
We've booked through MEI Mousefan Travel for all of our Disney trips.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lou Mongello, for introducing us to Becky and her team. So, it doesn't say, trust me, it says that. Just
Really?
scroll past
Check
it.
is in the mail.
Terry Cincinnati says I might cry. No, Terry, you will
cry.
You are going to cry. We're all going to cry. Oh!
I already got something. Don't. What?
You need to get tissue over that. The logo's on. It's called what?
Are you kidding?
What?
Trust me.
That's not even legal in Florida.
Well, you know me, right? It'll be awesome.
Hippie. Anywho.
Already there?
I lost my train of thought. All right, so again, so Nation people, you're going to get your email tonight. Your tickets are going to go on sale tomorrow, or else your tickets pay attention Friday morning. Look for it on social in the Box People group. Everywhere else you'll find out that you'll find the link to ticket sales going live Friday, May 3rd for our Epcot Forever.
So if you live on the West Coast, you have to wake up pretty early in the morning.
They have to do it if they want to get reservations for Cinderella's Royal Table, the Boathouse. You got to get up early. Actually,
All right,
no.
West Coast people, I apologize in advance. He did not tell me that it was going to be East Coast time when he did that.
You are the worst partner in the world. We go down together.
Credentials.
Wait a minute.
What?
You can't just be a fair weather partner like, oh, that was all him. That was his idea.
It was funny.
I will show
It
them the
was
message.
funny.
Run this by me before you send it out.
Yeah, I did.
So,
I haven't seen it yet. I've been busy.
Debbie, yes. I believe there'll still be tickets after the Nation gets them. To be clear, like, you can't go in as a Nation member and buy 100 tickets.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
There will be a limit. There will be a limit.
Can't.
wait, no?
No, you can't.
All right.
No bueno. And just not cool, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Please don't do that.
So,
And cheaters will have their tickets revoked. And
No selling on eBay.
But yeah, non-transferable. It's the ex-lawyer has written this thing, this long.
it's not that long. It's like 4 pages of legal mumbo jumbo. Yeah.
Can't sue him.
So-
That's everything.
Listen, one thing I can promise you
Yes.
is that nobody, I'm getting choked up. Nobody has more fun than us. Say what you will.
Oh my gosh,
nobody,
you're so
nobody.
right.
Oh, I know this
Nobody
one
He is
guy.
awesome.
I might
He is
be short.
This is
I
honest.
might be fluffy. I might be a lot of things, but nobody has more fun than us.
You're
You're
right.
not fluffy. You're fun size.
He's
I
fluffy.
I was fat.
No, you're
You're
fun
not
size.
fluffy. You're fat, man. Like you're
No, you're fluffy.
plump.
You like food.
Huge.
I'm pushing maximum density, and I'm okay with that.
But it's
Speaking
good
of
kind
which,
of
Yes.
I might need to stop at McDonald's to pick up more Happy Meals toys on the way home. Did you
Started
see?
collecting them?
No.
You didn't see the rocket that lights up?
No! Is there a rocket that lights up?
Did Gio get one of those? Too?
There's a rocket that lights up.
Can you give me a rocket that lights up?
Oh, now you want a rocket that lights up after I'm being decredentialed at my own events.
Yes,
There's a McDonald's right behind
They're open 24 hours. Remember?
Yes. Aww.
Happy Meal.
Remember when we were there?
mine.
Late night.
Flipped over the menu board.
my
That was
When they
like
used to have when
a memory.
the dinner menu and the breakfast menu changed, we were there so late. How late?
was
we
like-
would.
How late
we
was
had
it?
quarter pound of cheese, and then we had
we
it
had like an egg
in the same visit.
Yeah.
That was late.
I still keep saying we're going to do it. We're going to do a. I promise you, especially if you're
Live show
local.
from McDonald's?
No, we are going to do a flash meetup at Waffle House one night.
No.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
small, though.
Syrup on eggs.
Ew,
Oh
no!
wait, no.
No, that's
Ew, gross.
Remember the person who had worked there
Yes.
for 40 years and never heard of that before?
Dude, nobody's ever heard of that.
Nobody. No, it's a bad thing. It's
That's
bad
all. That's all.
That's my
Syrup on
cheese.
eggs.
So,
That's my cheese.
so did I forget anything?
Yes.
I did.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Let's tell them.
Don't start making stuff up.
Well, let's not tell them. We're gonna have a very special.
Getting a drink, baby. Just be
Yes,
right
I'm with you. Give me a drink.
Sweating.
I took those.
We're next week's show.
I am not going to tell them where next week's show is.
Okay.
I will tell you it's not going to be from here.
Wait,
No,
what?
It's not.
Will I
No.
be able to crash?
no.
No.
Keeping that
Sure.
one under wraps, eh?
It's going to be sweating again.
Can you even say that
There's
in
like a
here?
spotlight.
It is going to be from a unique remote location.
We get to spend so
Not
much time
only
together.
not only on Wednesday night, but stay tuned from the beginning of the week. at the beginning of the week. It's not just going to be
Starting
okay. You went
Monday?
there.
maybe, possibly.
Starting Monday, maybe?
I'm not going to tell you when. So
I'm so happy.
Keith Groshans wants to know what he missed. Nothing at all.
So much.
You missed everything. Melanie Jones, come over to our house for bagels and a schmear. Would you just move here already and bring bagels when you come down? Becky, do you want me to have these children removed? Are they bothering you?
No, they're fine.
Because they're not listening in the general direction?
They're playing in the garbage.
Because they're playing in the garbage. I'm fine with children. Somebody walked up at me and said, "So
She always says, not my kid.
you've done a fantastic job of branding, Mr. Mongello, because yes,
Listen,
apparently I hate all children."
I call it as I say it.
Yes.
Watch us. Boom. Becky?
Okay, the tickets have just gone up to $109 a person.
Look, I got your logo up there.
That's
Happy?
magical on so many levels.
Keith Groshans, if you're bringing bagels to Momentum, that's the best news I've heard.
When is that?
Don't you worry about
When is
that.
it?
Don't
I am
you worry.
so crashing
You're
that.
not
I'm going to be here, and I'm going to
You're
crash
not
it. I'm going to
crashing.
come and just
By
walk
the way,
and say
speaking of
hi to
which,
everybody.
this is actually not an accurate. There is one spot left. We now have one ticket left for the retreat.
I'll take it.
For the retreat. You're not coming to the retreat.
I'll take it.
You are not.
Oh, come on.
House party one?
There is.
Yeah.
It is not a house party. Stop it.
Toga.
I'm schwitzing. I'm having heart palpitations,
You might be banned from all future.
metallic taste in my mouth.
I've already been banned from this
Oh, this
14.
is awesome.
Oh, really?
I am so going to crash
Well,
that.
there's like a spotlight.
Because there's so
right
many
on
people that I'd like to see, and I heard so much wonderful things about this.
And
Momentum
on
thing.
that
I'd
note,
love to see it.
is there anything? Do you have anything else you'd like to share?
What's the next anniversary?
What is the next anniversary?
Okay, girls, let's go watch. Let's go. We're going up.
I don't know. What is the next anniversary?
You tell me? Typhoon Lagoon?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
Pleasure Island? Oh, wait. Actually, Typhoon Lagoon is coming up. 30th anniversary.
Are you going to celebrate?
What are you guys mumbling about? Can anyone
H2O
hear you?
Glow Night.
Hello.
What?
What are you guys mumbling about over there?
We're talking about Typhoon Lagoon's anniversary. Becky, Typhoon Lagoon.
Yes,
is
I was there,
When is it?
and there's some new stuff.
June 1st?
There's
When
new
you
stuff.
say, when you say
I
stuff,
don't know
we know you
anything
mean
about
cocktail.
it.
No, fruit. Well, cocktails were part of it too.
Do you remember the mini donuts?
Yes.
You know, I haven't been to Typhoon Lagoon in
Wait, no, those have
many,
been
many
there
years,
forever.
but I haven't been there in many years.
No,
I don't
Cascade.
really like water slides. But I like water parks. I just don't like
You know what? I haven't done a meet of the month at a water park, I think, in 2 years. I
August 29th, 2009 was the first one.
That's
At
your
a water park.
birthday.
There's nothing weird about you knowing that at all.
It was my birthday.
Aww.
And it was the first year you did it.
All I know is I have to get in shape, like,
Yeah.
now.
No, that would
I'm
change
gonna-
your,
but
no, that changes your whole personality, and I like these muffins. Keep it this way.
All right, I'll stop at McDonald's. I'm going to stop at McDonald's on the way home. If anybody wants to
That
meet
was
me at
like 10
McDonald's.
years ago.
Was it really?
Well, August. But yeah.
Dude, that's
Egg
crazy.
muffins. I like
Yeah,
egg
breakfast
muffins.
is like all day now there, right?
Yes, and that's why I have egg muffins.
If you go to McDonald's,
If you want to make your boss happy, egg muffins. That's
I have to go home and work on the show. Stop it.
You have to delete this
I
one.
have to delete this. I
I
have to delete all
and
this.
then hit send,
Yeah.
and then go to McDonald's. Get
it's
some
one of the
Endgame
best
toys,
shows you've had in a long time.
Get a McRib.
Is that what you think? Is that what you think?
Isn't that
So
what
yeah,
you
so
do?
we'll do a. Did I do Typhoon Lagoon last time, or did I do Blizzard Beach?
How many have you done?
I forget.
So,
I want to say meetups. I think 2. I think I've done 1 and 1. Do you have
Well,
a
the last
preference?
one was
Which one do you
10
like?
years
Which one do you like?
No. As I said, the first one, August 29th, 2009.
Do you like Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach more?
I like them each for their own
I like
things.
the
The theme of Blizzard Beach is flawless.
I like the landscaping and the whole look of Typhoon.
Typhoon Lagoon.
I do too.
Yeah, I like Typhoon
It's
Lagoon.
very like tropical hideaway.
I like the big wave pooly
Yeah.
chill area.
And when you first walk up and they have that like vantage point, to your
And they have a drink called
Look at you
not,
knowing. I was going to ask you.
Come
not,
on.
She's
not
smart.
your
Cute.
dad's
Is it
Root
really
beer
solid
float.
with 22? Is there any chance?
Oh, stop.
Wow. They have a beverage. They have a drink
But no.
called
It's a
Not
good
Your
price.
Dad's Root Beer Float.
That I know.
And it's awesome. Cocktails.
All right. So what is it? It's May. So maybe in the next couple of
May
months.
It's not enough time for me to lose 100 pounds.
Don't worry about it.
You're beautiful exactly the way you are,
Stop it. But thanks.
Scott.
I agree.
No, I'm saying you're beautiful just the way you are.
Aw, thanks.
So is she. I will do WDW Radio Moo-Moos for the meet of the month. We can all just wear
let's do that.
Moo-Moos for the meet of the month at Typhoon Lagoon.
Oh, that's not awkward.
Did you guys ever do glow nights?
I'm gonna miss
H2O
it.
glow
No, I've
nights?
never
What?
got to do that.
And they're awesome.
They're
I really
fun.
want to, though. Like, it looks super fun.
We should do like a
Remind me.
glow night like a local whoever's in
Day
town.
or night?
They give us one.
We could do a day and glow night.
Yes,
Like
you
a
could.
full day and night at Typhoon Lagoon.
Yeah.
Why don't you just rent the place out? Or have Becky rent the place out?
We can do that.
Like that.
Yes,
I like
Deanna.
that.
Exactly.
What?
Nothing.
Stop talking to my...
Nothing.
Is
What?
it in here?
I adore your wife, so sorry, you're not going to make us stop talking because it's talk about your life. It's a
Yeah.
thing.
That's great. Tiny Lou wants to come to this meet. Tiny Lou will be drowned if he comes to that meet.
See, now how does it feel to have a puppet running around?
You know
Talking-
what? It's so derivative of the original. It's like it doesn't even have as much meaning as the original.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
like
Terry,
a bad,
I guess
it's
you have
like a
to make
bad
more
copy,
meaning.
like in
Wait, there's
Multiplicity.
a tiny clone of you?
Yes,
What's going on?
it's called Little Lou.
Where have you been?
It's called Little
No
Lou. It's a little
puppets?
puppet. It's that.
Oh, the puppet?
Yeah, the
I
puppet.
have seen the puppet. Yeah. I didn't know it, like, went places.
Okay, so wait. Somebody says,
Yes.
"Where do we order the dessert party tickets?" I'm confused. Want to make sure Paige and I get it.
Yes,
So,
no.
so Deborah. So once again, tickets for the Nation will go on sale tomorrow morning. Nation members will get an email. If you're not a member of the Nation, Friday morning, 7:30, 8 o'clock or so, I will post on social, Twitter and Facebook primarily. I'll probably do a little post on Instagram as well, letting you know where to go, and then I'll open up ticket sales at 8:30 Friday morning. So
5:30 Pacific time.
5:30 Pacific. So 8:30. Stay tuned, and you will see exactly where to go Friday morning. So if you're not following me on the socials, on the Twitter, the Fox people, Facebook, all that kind of stuff, that's how you'll find out.
And
Is that PM or AM?
That's AM.
Woo!
So you got to set your alarm clocks.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait.
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Man,
Yes, ma'am.
is there something you haven't talked
Yes. Any last words?
I think we've done
Probably
that.
many.
I think we've done enough damage.
for one Wednesday?
It's really been a treat.
Susanna from Xanaland.com. Any last thoughts about anything? 30th anniversary, Galaxy's Edge, cupcakes.
Did you guys talk about Galaxy's Edge?
We did.
Did they talk about?
But if you have something you want to share, please feel free.
No, I'm sure you guys said everything.
But
The
you're-
three of you have been. I haven't.
Yeah, our goal is to not let Scott in to see it.
Ever?
I probably will not see
Ever?
it.
I don't think
Ever?
he's going to
Ever?
want to because Asperger's are
Do you have any thoughts on anything?
Excited. The studio's coming along. It's
What are you most excited for?
Oh yeah, Star Wars.
Tell us.
But I really want to see Mickey and Minnie's running around. That'll be fun.
You know, I will say they're teasing this so much in terms of the technology, the screens, the ride vehicles. They keep talking about how incredibly impactful the music is going to be,
Right.
and we haven't heard note one.
I know.
Scott Otis,
Well,
so
Why
Otis.
don't we get to hear music?
If Kevin Rafferty is in charge of this particular attraction,
He's a good
and
guy.
he is the guy that was in charge of the music for Tow Maters,
How's
that
that
we
song
love.
go? How's that song go?
Whipping or
No,
no, which one?
Stop. There's other guests. Keep
You
it down.
asked me. I delivered. You
Keep it
asked?
down to a low.
Here,
Seriously, though, I do
let me
trust
call
Kevin
you, or why don't
Rafferty.
you call me, and then the music will
So
start.
loud. You're so loud. You're interrupting the other guest experience. Just this one,
The family behind us is trying to sleep.
right?
That's fun.
Punch it.
I miss doing that so much. Sorry.
I'm not going to get it.
We're gonna have a great week. We're gonna
Anyway,
have a
it
great
should be
week.
a fun ride.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
I miss you, man.
like these past 16 years or so of WDW Radio, it has been a fun ride. It has been a fun ride. So, with that, relatively, it's like a roller coaster: ups, downs, highs, lows. A little scary in the dark sometimes. A little bit of tears.
Sometimes the ride breaks down.
Sometimes the ride breaks down.
roller coaster leaves the
Yeah,
tracks,
sometimes it just
crashes
goes
into the
way off the rails.
Sometimes people just scream.
Remember the incident?
The incident.
I was there that day.
Yeah, you were. You know, I have not been allowed back in Epcot ever since.
I also have not been allowed back in the ever since. And
Good times.
That's awesome.
find myself there.
Sorry,
Yeah.
cupcakes
Yeah.
from the studios.
No.
Well, I mean, they are from the studios.
The incident. Although
Take a bite out of it and try it.
Hey, I've been like
I know,
doing
sticking-
damage to the back
Yeah, no, I
end of
know.
this thing. Yeah, it's awesome.
Here, take a bite.
No, here.
So
Losing eye with
tempting.
this.
I know.
So tempting. Anyway, thank you.
Me?
Thank you for being here. It's kind of weird and creepy, but it brings back.
I apologize for
it's-
turning this into a giant train wreck. So
It has
I hope you've all enjoyed
Right,
it.
yeah.
Thank you for being here and for being the balancing act to this circle. Becky Mankin, there's just so much I want to say to you,
I bet.
and thank you so very much for this.
You're welcome.
Thank you for this.
I'm not sure what this is,
I'm
but
not
sure.
either. More
Sure.
importantly, thank you.
Thank you.
I would not be here without you in many, many different ways and respects. I could not do what I do without you and your love and your support and your friendship. So I stink at this, but I do. I love you individually, and I love all of you collectively. I am.
You love us?
I do. I do. I don't throw that word around like, get your head off me.
We're going to have such a great time together.
Radiating pain
Days.
down my left arm.
Days together.
Anywho, thank you guys. Don't forget, Nation, look for your email later on tonight. Everybody else, tickets go on sale Friday morning. I hope to see you Tuesday, October 1st for Epcot Forever. Tears, they will be. Come on, everybody kind of get in. Aww, look at that. So that's a handsome yet motley.
Oh,
Hey.
what? Hey.
Oh, sorry.
No,
She
I
was
mean,
waiting.
you have
It
to work
works.
on it.
Here, wait, hold on.
By the way, she
There you go.
she
Is that
does
better?
work for us, by the way.
I do.
But Xanaland does work for us.
I know she does.
Nice.
Here, you said you wanted your logo bigger. There you go. There you go. So, all right, guys. Thank you so very much. I love and appreciate you. Thanks to all of you who are part of the WDW Radio Nation family too. Don't forget too, if you are not part of the Boxfield group, join the community, join the conversation. More importantly, invite a friend. I love you. I will see you. Hashtag Epcot Forever. Insert outro music here. Happy Meal Toys. I'm going to get a Happy Meal.
Unembargoed.
I'm going to McDonald's.
No, I'm going.
No, I'm going
Yes,
to McDonald's.
one more thing has been unembargoed.
Hashtag unembargoed.
Drinks.